Well, we arrive in Iowa. So let's see how those folks living here. As you can see, pretty square state and no opening to the sea, ocean, or even big lakes. So could be pretty boring, but we'll see. The flag first. The flags, it's a bit controversial in my opinion. It's kind of like a French flag with the eagle on it, and just says Iowa down there on the red, and some sort of our liberties we prize and our rights we will maintain. Yeah, that is long gone with the rights and liberties, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, it looks a bit too French. It's just like, it does look pretty cool, but it's not American in my opinion. It's way too French. The seal is more American for sure. But look at this. So the capital is Des Moines, which is really French name, in my opinion, and the largest metro area it's Greater Des Moines. Just sounds way too French to me. And just for a second, I want to check the population in those ones, and they're around 780,000, and it's not that high. They are the Republican, as you can see, but look at this, the governor, it's a woman, so, and Lutheran government, another weird things that they have there. It's a woman, so yeah. Ooh, it's an old woman. Things cannot go well there, I have to say. And even this one, Chris, another woman. Ooh, shit, I'm not sure it's a woman, but fine. What else we can find here? Let's see the population overall. It's around 3.2 million and they decrease. All right. Have some good news at least. Median household income $71,000 in 2023. Probably by now it's around 75,000. Ranking 33 in the country. It's official language, they have one. It's English. Elevation, as you can see, the highest elevation is 509 meters, and overall it's 340 meters on average. They don't have a lowest one, unfortunately, but hey, not hugely interested. What else can you have? The word of the 1812 and unstable US control. Interesting one. Indian removal. You probably move the Native Americans there. I like those paintings, like genuinely looks pretty nice. A bit, I would say, not that much colorful, but hey, still look pretty good. A lot of rivers, so I don't think they have problem with water here. Look at this, how nice it is. Genuinely nice. Look at these fields in Iowa. Again, America, a lot, and I do mean a lot of land. So I'm not sure exactly again why it's so expensive. The food is so expensive, but it is what it is. Hot summer, humid continental in most of the state, and with the north one it's just warm summer, humid continental. So this one it could be a bit better. It's a border with Canada, probably. That's why I'm not sure if it's a border with Canada or not, or it's another. I think it's another state. No, it's another state there. Sure, it's. I think it's Minnesota. I'm not sure. I think it could be Minnesota. This one. What else can we see here? I am more interested with this precipitation. No, I'm interested in population. So yeah, look at this, 1840s, 43,000 people back in 1840. It was significant, I would say. So the beginning of the 20th century, 2.3 million, huge. But look at this, beginning of the 21st century, 2.9 million. So not that much of an increase. And they have some minus along the way. In the 1910, for example, things didn't go that well. In the 1990s, they lost quite a bit of the population here too, and then they bounced back. And now by 2025, they say they have an increase of 1.5, but probably by 26 we can see the slow decrease, a small decrease. So, interesting in my opinion. The racial parts, my favorite one. Let's check those guys. So look at this. Back in the 1990s, 96% of the population was white. Fast forward to 2020, 84%, so they lost more than 10%. So probably by 2030, they're gonna be below 80% for sure, but still a huge majority. But even they go down. Black African Americans, 1990s 1.7, now 2020 4.1, huge increase. Native 0.3 to 0.5, not that much. Asians from 0.9 to 2.4. Native Hawaiians and other Pacific Islanders, they got to 0.2, so not that much. Other race from 0.5 to 2.8, and two or more races from, let's say, less than 1%, I will assume, to 5.6%. So they are the second biggest group in the state, which is interesting. We're gonna see how long this decreasing in population is gonna go, and if they pretty got on the stable trajectory. But it is pretty interesting for sure. Nice fields. I mean, look at this, really nice state. Yeah, Protestants 48%, Catholics 20%. Uh, what is that? Universalism 1%. Yeah, unaffiliated 29%. So they already got the second biggest group in the country, in the state, and that's gonna just grow the culture. Man, I like those pictures. They're really pretty nice that they make here. Look at this. Iowa. What is that? Iowa old Capitol building. This one I'm not so interested in that. This one looks much better. Western Iowa. Now, fields. I'm interested to see those fields. So you can see not a huge population here. And the state, it's really big for this population. So it's going to be like a lot of room for everyone, in my opinion. So it should be like cheap land and cheap housing here, but we will see. And the population still go down. So it makes sense to be that. To have like cheap housing here, but I don't think it's gonna be the case. Unfortunately, at least not that fast. Probably by the mid-century, we're gonna see a bit different story. But by now, again, a lot of farming, a lot of nice lands here. So again, I do not understand why Americans have expensive food, and even like they say, from what I heard right now, it's like they're going in a worse and worse quality, which it's kind of a mystery, but it is what it is, I guess. Iowa electric production by type, so they have not that much solar. They have a lot of wind here, which is like, I mean, they have some solar here, but could be better. I don't know. Natural gas, coal, hydro, and nuclear. Nuclear, wow, look at this. They just pretty much vanish, which is kind of a sad. Probably that's why they got with those high electrical bills there. I don't know. Education, they have some sort of a university here, whatever that is. College. Transportation, this is the interstate, I think. I'm not sure, but again, it's Iowa. It's not that many people. You have a one to the east and west, and one to the north and south. They are pretty much settled. Don't need that much. Republicans, as you can see, 36%, unaffiliated 34%. I like to see those group growing. That's pretty good. Democrats 27%, so pretty significant too, and others 0.2, just less than 1%. Not that much. Interesting. What is straight in Iowa? Can we have a bit more one of those map on the district? That would like pretty good. I like those. Fortunately, we don't. Those election Iowa. Those looks pretty good. Presentation in Iowa. What are they voting here? So they kind of vote for. They vote even Barack Obama. They vote Democrat too at some point. But mainly you can see they just stay on the Republican side. But this unaffiliated, it could grow. It could have like really potential in the future, I would say. But we will see. Civil rights, when we study Iowa has ranked in 21st easiest state for citizens to vote in. What do you mean vote in? You have to be a citizen to vote. I don't understand this. What do you mean like ranking 24 easiest state for citizens to vote? I mean like you're a citizen, it's dead easy to vote. It's like you just go there in the poll day, vote, and that's it. You don't need anything else. Obviously, you get an idea or anything, but just go there and vote. That's insane. LGBTQ rights in Iowa. Oh God, I don't want to see this. All these alphabet people nonsense. Not interested in those. So yeah, this is the Iowa. Let's see now how those folks actually live here. As you can see, I'm not sure exactly. This is the border of the Midwest of the United States. On the east part, it is for sure, and from the west here, you're gonna see, I guess, like a different type of culture. I'm not sure, but let's see how those folks really live here. And I want to start in the south, as most of the time I do it, right here. Again, a lot of rivers. They should do pretty well. Let's check this. I mean, like small towns here. We talk about this. Ooh, that's a really nice house here. I like it. And this is 2024. Again, a bit more trees there, a bit nice, but hey, they have a few here, so it's pretty good. Ooh, really big cars here, and this again with the garage inside the house. Iowa is not bad. It's just lowering population, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, so far, I don't think it's Trump voting. This is really big. Again, I don't understand why they have to put those. Oh, this guy is really into Trump. The problem with those states is like how you keep the young population here. Again, it's just it's really hard, really hard. Wow, this looks like a hole to hell. It seems like Pennywise is waiting for you there. What else can we find here? Houses, pretty nice. Not that much to complain. I like the tree line. It's pretty nice too. Not sure exactly what those paws supposed to symbolize. Probably some sort of a local team. Uh, Maybe football. I don't know. This is a really small town, by the way. It's like not sure exactly how those people do for work. I mean, I know it's some sort of a silos here and probably some sort of a factory. But oh, look, someone is building a house here. But it can be just one employer in the entire town. That would be like insanely risky. Nice trampoline there. Oh, look at this house. I really like it. Okay, it's on one level. The only problem is that garage there, but that could be fixed pretty easy. Look, whoa, what the fuck? It's like a minefield here. What is so many signs here? They has to get paid. There is no way you're gonna do this for free. I don't believe it for a second. I generally don't believe they have to get paid for this one. It's like running advertisement here. 100% they get paid. I will not put, even if I get paid, I will not put a sign for whatever I support in a political campaign. But they have to get paid. There is no way you have that many signs and you don't get paid. And if you don't get paid, man, you're losing money. You're wasting opportunities. A lot of nice Halloweens here. Okay, another one, Melton for Iowa, U.S. House of Representatives. Okay, they have to get paid again. There's no way. There is no way. Harris and Waltz. This is a Democratic House, I guess. Interesting if you're gonna see the gay flag. No, just the Halloweens. Interesting. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a small town. Not that many things happen here. But growing up here, was like I have like I don't know the grandparents here and send you here. I mean, it's not California Beach, but still maybe we can do a few things. Here a lot of fields again. America has a lot of food, an insane amount of food, and still expensive. Still expensive for whatever reason. God, and they have cheap food, cheap a lot of land and cheap gas, cheap diesel, cheap petrol, and they still have more expensive food than Europe and lower quality, which is insane. Absolutely insane. So they clearly scam you on there for sure. They scam you on the food, 100%. There is no way they don't do it. What else can we see here? Well, pretty decent houses, but it's not one of those my favorite neighborhood, I would say. It's way too jamming everyone together. It's just like, and those alleys, not a big fan of those for sure. This one seems a bit more better. Nice big open roads, nice houses, although a bit too close to each other for a place like this. I mean, like they have like 5 people in the entire town pretty much, and you still couldn't manage place. Oh Jesus. Okay. You still couldn't manage to spread out a bit the population to have like a genuinely room. I mean, I look at this, just a small town here, and you can see how much land they have, and they're just jamming everyone together. Again, interesting economies in those small towns and how on the thin margin they work actually, but still, the house, this one is definitely it's gonna be abandoned house. I don't think anyone lives there anymore. Again, with abandoned houses, we're gonna see more and more, especially when the population is gonna go down. Oh, we're gonna see a lot of those people actually just living from those really not interesting areas, not bad areas by any means. It's just like people not that into it or stuff anymore. Like it's not much, especially young people. So it's not much things you can do. They just leave and find better opportunities elsewhere. This one again, the roads seem better days. Not that much trees. Those houses definitely it's an abandoned house, and this one I'm not sure. They have some cars parking in front, so I'm assuming that it's not abandoned, but still they don't look so great. Clearly a very low income area. What is that? The Turkish flag? Or I didn't see it right. No, it's not a Turkish flag. I'm not sure exactly what flag that is. Maybe Chinese, I don't know. Some sort of a Chinese flag, I don't know. Yeah. Some houses, at least front yards, look a bit better than others. They have a close road here, and yeah, doesn't look so great. Somebody's building a house here, at least renovates, and it seems like they stop at some point. I mean, like back in 2023, the same, 2012, the same. So yeah, they just genuinely abandoned the house. This one is not so appealing, I have to say. This town, don't like it that much. I want to check these roads. This is the interstate. Yeah, definitely it's gonna look great. I want to check this one here. Wow, pretty good actually, really good. Again, the Iowa fields, running and running and running, and still expensive food for whatever reason. A genuinely truck here, a bit too high raise, but still pretty decent. Better than we've seen in most of the cases. Wow, this is an abandoned house here with an abandoned car in front of it. It's a nice Dodge. Look at the house. You have the land, you have a car, you have a house, and just people abandon them. Some farming equipment here. It's really sad. I mean, look at this. This is just a genuinely house. Not, I mean, like, unfortunately, we don't can see more detail. This is the August 2024. The first time Google Street View go here. Um, Genuinely house there, and it's just abandoned. Again, we it's gonna be really interesting, really interesting. Trust me, we're gonna see like more abandoned houses than homeless people. We're gonna be like weird ways, like how the fuck we got here. Have more homeless people, have less homeless people than the houses that we have abandoned. So, and this one is just gonna increase. The homeless people is gonna probably go down and down. Not in California, but in other states. But the abandoned houses, they're gonna go way higher, and it's gonna be like an weird. It's not gonna be weird. You're gonna have an explanation. It's pretty easy. The explanation just people don't like to live in those places, and there are not that much things to do there, so they just sometimes they won't pack up that much and just leave. But it is a genuinely nice place here. I mean, like this one, I don't think it's an abandoned, but this house here, sure does look abandoned for sure. It's a nice quiet place that you can actually have a nice life here. Unfortunately, if you go for here, not that many things is gonna happen. I mean, like, yes, you can have like your package deliver. I don't think anyone is gonna deliver food here, but who knows. And yeah, not that much things to do. It's more like a lifestyle for the old people, but even those old people, like the new generation, they're still not gonna go for it. Genuinely, you need a certain type of people to just convince them to live there. And at some points, if you don't convince them, it's just like you transform the land like from something else, like say for food or anything that you don't want to have near people, like I don't know, nuclear energy power station or something like that. Have cheap electricity or even for free at some point. Ooh, these cars in better days for sure. I mean, for me, I kind of like those towns, but more like visiting. I mean, like if you, I have to go do some Google Street View cars, for example. I would like to go to those one to visit for sure. It genuinely seems like nice, quiet towns. Unfortunately, they are nice, quiet towns in the same time. So they are not gonna be that appealing to the young population. And the young population, if they choose to live very early, and things degrade usually very fast. Those are sewing machines. Wow. Um, Things they're not gonna pick up that fast, and if they pick up at all, you're gonna see like more and more yard sales, whatever the fuck this is, and more abandoned houses, and they're not appealing to people. I mean, like even a street like that. Look at this. That's a really expensive car here. Look at those garbage ones that they have. So somebody lives here for sure. Um, you have more and more abandoned. Look at this house. I mean, I don't think it's an abandoned, but it's clearly in a bad stage. And the road, it's pretty decent, but definitely seen better days. There is a huge problem. The abandoned houses. I mean, like you can recycle those houses at some point. It's a good idea, but what are you gonna do? Recycle the entire town at some point? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but it's a really strange in those states that losing population. Like again, I'm all forward reducing the population. I think what's happened in the last 200 years was absolutely insane, and that it's our fault. In this case, I cannot blame the government. I'm gonna be honest. There's very few things that I cannot blame the government, and this one is one of them. I cannot blame the government for this, and nobody can. It's going to be a stupid idea to blame the government for insanely increasing population. I mean, like, you can blame the government if they're trying to keep increasing. That you can, but for what's happened in the last 200 years, there is no way. That's on us. That's 100% on us, and we got ourselves here. But thankfully, again, we realized that was really stupid idea to have that many people that quick, and the population must at this point it's an absolutely must go down. We talk about American highways quality, and you can see this weird concrete that they have here, which is really good for the longevity, I think, than tarmac, but it produces like a weird noise and it's not that great. I don't think they offer that much grip. It's fine to be used, no problem, and it's again probably like the reliability is much better, but compared with the European ones, it's much more loud. It's much more noisy, that's for sure. Which is a weird thing to compare highways, but it is. At some point, you will have to have like a better insulated cars, acoustic insulations to enjoy a nice conversation inside, or at least one of those modern cars for sure. Again, look at this, how nice it is. I mean, this is Iowa. I mean, a nice house in the middle of nowhere. And 2009, the house still there. 2023, they got again here, and 2025 again. And it that looks pretty nice. Definitely, you need a car if you want to live in this place like that. There is no way. Or who knows, maybe in the future, a flying drone. It does look nice. And those are farmers for sure. Those are the ones that feed America, for God's sake. And look at this. Have a few houses each in there, a few deposits or whatever they have, silos, whatever thing. They put a lot of work here, and for whatever reason it's still expensive to feed America. The road here definitely is in better days, but it's not that bad, so I'm not complaining that much. Wow, this car definitely need a wash. And from the front it's business, from the back it's work. It's a different, it's like white worker in the front and the blue worker in the back. Something like that. Yeah, again, Iowa. Iowa is one of those I can wait for Nebraska, to be honest. It's one of those like really like it. Just I don't know, maybe it's just me. I genuinely like this nice quiet place when you can actually mind your own business and enjoy the life. Let's check this big. This is probably the capital, the big towns, and most of the people live here. It's gonna be a bit different here for sure. Yeah, I mean this driveway seem definitely better days. I'm not sure if they have tornadoes here or something like that, but it's a nice place here. This is Des Moines. Moines. Definitely a French. That sounds French to me for sure. This is, goddamn American. It's not American enough for me, It doesn't feel American enough. Yeah, road pretty decent. The houses pretty nice. Yeah, I'm not complaining that much. Oh, it's pretty good. A nice house it is. Look at the garden, how great it is. I mean, I don't like those stairs. I don't want to walk stairs when I go home, but still. Looking pretty good. I mean, like, that's why you buy a house, not an apartment building. What else can we find here? Let's check this one, for example. Oh yeah, nice front yards, nice, a bit close to each other, those houses, but in one of those nonsense RV, I'm not sure exactly why they cover the wheels. Maybe want to preserve the tires or anything like that, but still. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Same concrete, I think. Again, it is road, which is fine. Pretty good. Cables here, not that great. This is what, 2021, right in the pandemic here. Yeah, really bad times here. That's a Volkswagen CC. Passat CC, I think. I don't think they have a different name in US. The capital seems to do pretty well. Where are those skyscrapers? Usually you have to find them in the middle of the town, which I think those are not that many. So it's nice, you know. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's check them. Yes, they have that really good vibe. Wow, they have even a street view car and go there. Kidding me? Oh, now they have one. But they have like the last one. It wasn't the street view car. Okay. Not that many things happen here. This is May 2024. Again, look at this. So empty. It probably just in America has like empty main towns in a main center of the town compared with the European one. And in Europe, it's gonna be full of cars. I genuinely think full of cars. The entire road is gonna be bumper to bumper. Doesn't matter what hour it is. If it's daylight outside or evening, it's bumper to bumper. Wherever you go, bumper to bumper. In the center, any capital. In America, it's not exactly the case. Or even the cities that are just a bit better. And they have so many houses inside the cities. That's really good. Closer to the center. Not that much in Europe. In Europe, most of the people, almost, if not most of the people, living in apartment buildings, which is really sucks. Genuinely, absolutely sucks. Oh, we have the rich folks here. Let's see those guys, how they live. Very white houses, that's for sure. But it looks nice. They have, what could I say, plant new trees here. Have an old version. Back in 2007 were just empty fields. 2009 financial crisis, the housing bubble just pops. 2011 still not that much happening, but they have the tree line. I mean, like more trees at least. And 2022, oh, miracle, we have housing here now. Okay, probably built by the same developer with a few different houses once in a while. Distance between them is pretty nice. Houses, really nice. This one is really nice too. God knows how much they charge for one of those, but it cannot be cheap. But also, still Iowa. I mean, like, come on, how expensive it has to be to live even in goddamn Iowa? One day, I mean, how the real estate's developers is gonna cope with this lowering population? I mean, for one side, it's gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna start build better houses and better better places, but most likely more expensive. But at some point, you're gonna have like so many, like again, in a really further future, let's say the next century, probably, which is insane to say, but probably in every state, or at least most of the states, or at least a few of the states, you're gonna have more abandoned houses. Keep in mind, more abandoned houses than actually people that live in the state, which is what the fuck. Be like, how the fuck we got here again? So that's what I'm saying when I'm saying that this is probably most likely. I mean, we didn't have it for such a long. This housing crisis, housing problem, it's strongly related with the population growth. But this is definitely, if you get really lucky and we have like changing policy and people in power by 2050, we should fix the housing market entirely. If it's not, if we don't, by the end of the century, for sure, in the next century, you're gonna have like no wishes whatsoever. Like probably, we will just basically give them away for free. Just like there'll be so many, or even like materials to build and land, and would be like houses, like house, food, medical, all of that bullshit is gonna be like for free pretty much. It's just like it's easy to have it, easy to maintain and all of that. Just yeah. And but you need the lowering population. That's a main, absolutely main requirement for this. And if you wanna acknowledge that, fine. If you don't, still fine. But the faster you wanna go there, the faster you have to decrease the population. Which some states they kind of do it, but the other ones that but they still, for some reason, they kind of push for like, oh, we need to have like more people. No, you need less people, for God's sake. If you want to fix the housing crisis, you need less people. If you want to fix the food crisis at some point, energy crisis, anything, you need less consumers, because clearly your policies doesn't improve the grid and it doesn't improve the production, which is really sad. But again, probably we're gonna have like really good, hopefully really good leaders after this wave of nonsense, bullshit, stupid leaders that we still have all over the world, pretty much in the Western world. And then you're gonna have like really cheap, like I say, almost probably at some point it's gonna be like the first megawatt probably should be free from the beginning. It's just like doesn't make any sense to charge for the first one. If you really use more than that, then yeah, I think it's fine. But like 1 megawatt for like heat pumps and electricals and all of that, it should be enough with the more efficient houses and all of that. And also with some solar panels and a battery, um, you're gonna have pretty much the entire energy for free at some point, even off the grid. So you don't have to. Oh, look at this one. 2007, nothing was there, and 2021, ooh, they build houses now. Even in 2016, there was like just a field. Oh, look at this nice spike here. An open field. 2021, oops, we have houses. Pretty good, pretty good. So they still build even here, as you can see, and they don't look so bad. It's just like they need more trees, in my opinion, the first thing. Decent distance between them. But they're still losing population, which is again, it's normal thing. I don't go for this like you're supposed to do something about it. There's no way you're supposed to do something about keeping the young population in that. You should do something about it, but they just don't see it like that for weird reasons. They just think like all the population is equal, which is not. Clearly, it is not, and we kind of start to learn that. But yeah, I mean, Iowa. Can you imagine Iowa with just 1 million people, or even less than 1 million people, with more production, more houses, more roads, more of the at least better? Um, yeah, everyone is gonna live better, have less people. What's happened in the last 200 years? It's absolutely insane. I mean, let's look at the beginning again of the 20th century. Look at this, 2.3 million. Still a lot of people. They are like under 1 million. It's in 1860. So uh, I don't think by 2060 it's gonna be like again less than 1 million people, but that would be like a really big achievement. Really big achievement. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess, by now. And you can see a lot of houses here too, and probably again because they have like uh 3 million people. How much it was? 3.2 million people. If you divide that in half, let's say 1.5, because like two people live in one house on average. Let's go for that. You still have 1.5 million houses, and you can see from the satellite images, it's still a lot of houses everywhere you go, and still it's not enough. That's why it's still expensive. One of the reasons that it's expensive. They got better too, the housing, that's for sure. In the comfort level that they offer those houses, especially new ones, like, yeah, really good. Unfortunately, for whatever stupid reason, we're still going for the high electric bills and all of that, and that's gonna drive the cost up for maintaining a really nice comfort in the house. But again, in the near future, 2050 is going to be a huge year, a huge year. By 2050, you're going to see if we genuinely, the new generation of politician, wants this on the really good track and fix a lot of issues very easy, or it's just they're going to continue the same nonsense that they have from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and so on, even today. It's going to be a huge, huge test for humankind, Western world, and Americans all together, I would say. So be really careful who you put in power there, and yeah, because you can really have, at least from the end of your life, a really good one, a really good end of the life, and even better than that, the next generation, they should not have to deal with the bullshit that we deal now. Um, it's genuinely an improvement in this way, in my opinion. What else can we see here? Again, those houses here, not very appealing in my opinion. I mean, like, it is nice. I'm not saying that it's not nice, but like, again, we talk about those straight streets, usually not that great. Again, those paths here. Not that much distance between the neighbors, so not that great. Not that much privacy, as you can see, not that much land. So it's not like the best of the best that they can offer, even the state of Iowa. Definitely can offer. I like those sedans, small sedans. Not sure exactly how reliable those Dodge are, but I don't think you need more. I mean, like if they came in a station wagon, this one, I still think like if Mazda builds a Mazda 3 station wagon, it's gonna be a really good selling car, really good. And if they make it cheap, that's it. They broke the market. That's an interesting beetle right there. So the same problem is the garage hugely just right in the front of the house. Like the first thing you see is the garage. That's really bad architecture there. And this is clearly was one of those developers. They didn't have like a tree here, which is insane. Yeah, this is not a pleasant neighborhood to live in. As you can see, the distance between the houses they are not that much. The fact that they have the garage in front of the house pretty much, and then no tree whatsoever. This house has to be extremely cheap to buy. Otherwise, I would not want to live in a place like that. I would pay like $50,000 for one of those houses, no more than that. If you have to pay more than that, they just leave. Don't do it. This is a more rich area. As you can see, the houses are much bigger. They have much more privacy and much more distance between the neighbors. They have pools, although they have some problem with the tree line, as you can see, but probably because it's a new neighborhood build. I mean, they have a few trees back in 2012 and they didn't plant that much more, so that's on them. But as you can see, clear a much higher income neighborhood here. Really, that's an interesting car, Cadillac there. Really good blueprint, let's call it like that, for how they supposed to live. They have again the garage in front of the house pretty much, but a bit better than we see in the last one. So you can see this one could be maintained over time for sure, but this one right next to them, the cheaper version, as you can see, immediately you see that that's why it's cheap. Why it's cheaper? Like look at this, the distance between them is not that much. The garage here not that great. At least they don't have cables. That's pretty good also, but not that much trees, not that much shade, not that much appealing overall. Look at this from 2012. That is pretty much unchanged. In 2026, this is April, very recently. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know what this garbage can. Probably it's a very windy day there. Definitely, it's very windy. Look at this. There's pretty much all of them. They just got um turned down. Yeah, no, not a, you can see they're living very close to each other, and that this one it cannot survive over time. This one they have a much better chance. I mean, okay, it's a nice pool there, a red car in front. Don't see it there. This is a much pleasant neighborhood. If they can plant more trees and have more privacy, they are on the good way. The other ones is not much you can do. They already the land is populated with the houses and they're very close to each other. You can plant more trees and try to build something like we see in South Carolina, but it's gonna be difficult. The straight lines there, it's gonna be difficult. Again, it's not a bad. It's not a bad. We see definitely worse, but uh, keep in mind the abandoned house is on the rise, and I think like in 50 years, if God knows, I can make those videos in 50 years if I live that long. Hopefully not. And we return to those locations, we will see a huge difference. I bet on you with you that we're gonna have a lot of abandoned houses in those areas that we used to see brand new houses. Hmm. Nice, good roads, Iowa fields. So again, America has a lot of land. So when you don't have a problem with the land, the house, at least the land should be extremely cheap. The housing, the food, look at this food that they grow here. Should be extremely cheap and very high quality. Um, but it's not. It's not the case, which is really strange. I want to check this one. So yeah, it's just genuinely bad policies. That is for sure bad policy, and that's it. 2008. Whoa, look at the quality of the camera that we used to have back then. Absolutely horrible. And I remember when just barely arrived these street views, I really enjoyed it. Even back then, like really nice. And like discovered like 2010 or something like that was really nice. It's like wow, look at the quality. It was really great. And now it's like, yeah, almost there. Pretty soon, who knows? Maybe we're gonna have like a 3D version, which can actually, or a VR version, and you just actually go around the trees and see what's happening there. That would be really dope, but I don't know. I really like this road. Again, the same, I think it's concrete. I'm not sure, but I think this is a concrete road. But it still looks really nice, really good. Yeah. I mean, Iowa, It's generally one of those nice quiet states. Um, Again, I'm not sure exactly how the young population is gonna see it, but most likely not that good. But it is what it is. This one, this neighborhood, as you can see, nice. Again, not that much space between the houses. I don't see lines, which is pretty good. Uh, but also, I can see from the street every single house, and that is not exactly great privacy, in my opinion. Some political views. What is that? No, it's for Iowa housing. Probably it's like it's a bargain. It's a bargain. I mean, like, look, I can buy this. What if I buy like $50,000, I will buy it. But more than that, no way. Nice houses again, way too close to each other. So, mm. Oh, I got some mail, buddy. What else can we find here? Well, pretty nice. Some power lines here. I don't like it that much, but again, it's a nice, quiet town, which I really like it most of the time. But I again start to realize that they have to step up their game somehow. They have to provide a bit more engagement. I would say um, between the people that lives here. Otherwise, they're just gonna again, if you have like young population, oh look at this guy, just have deliveries here, which is pretty good. If you have like young population, young people that are say like 16, 18, and the first thought of them is like leaving right now because they cannot find jobs. Who knows how it's gonna be in the future? But even in the future, when they say they have like a income, a guaranteed income, every single citizen's there, it would be like, mm, I live here, I have this income wherever I go, and yeah, it might be more expensive in other cities that because like most of the people wants to go there, um, and some other smart politician in cities usually in the future, hopefully they're gonna see that and gonna start building their own not so great cities, but making them absolutely great. So they're gonna attract those people that wants to go like New York or Los Angeles. They're gonna go to their cities because now they'll be making more appealing and much cheaper. But again, you sacrifice a little bit of the money in order to explore something much bigger than you ever seen before in your own town. So that it's a really dangerous path for those small states with lower population and lower, um, let's say, population in small towns, because even here I have like the main capital which is like more than a half of million people. You'll be fine usually, especially you have like guaranteed income. Any city town that have more than 100,000 people should be really good. You have enough people to provide a lot of entertainment, let's call it like that. But anything less than 10,000 people, ooh, they're really gonna struggle. And keep in mind, the old generation, our generation, that we're gonna grow older, is gonna be way different than the old generation that it is today. Oh, that's a really nice street. Look at this, nice. Look how nice it is. So yeah, huge problem for those small towns first of all, and small population stay, but again the population has to go down, but they can really come back. I mean, like at some point, even those people, but again the big cities, they're gonna see a lowering population, they're gonna see more space for them, more, not that much traffic, not that much, I mean, like they're gonna improve there too. And we'll see. Probably most of the small towns, they're gonna get abandoned. At some point, they're gonna have some sort of a policy that they just all the houses that are abandoned, they're gonna get destroyed. The material is gonna be recycled, so we can actually build cheaper new houses in a more desirable places. And this one, they're just gonna became like fields. Sometimes just open fields for nature, sometimes for growing food, and yeah, people they're just gonna, because they have like less and less population, they're gonna go to those nice places to live, like near a lake, coastlines, like we used to. And you're not gonna choose to live in those bad neighborhoods or bad areas just because it's cheaper. Because who knows, maybe again in the future, hopefully everything is gonna be cheaper. So you're not gonna have like the money is not gonna dictate. It's gonna be the main reason when you wanna live. You will be like, hey, I want to live in a coastline. I want to live in the mountains. I want to live in some people in the goddamn fields or in a desert. You don't know. Or near a lake. Again, you have a lot of options, but the money is not going to be a problem, hopefully, in the future, or even location, because they're going to be enough space for everyone. So we will see. We will see. Look at this. Probably it's made from the boat, this one. Yeah, pretty good. The water is not that clear as we saw in the in Michigan, in the north, but Great Lakes were still pretty good. Pretty good too. Um, okay, nice small marinas here, like really guys. It is gonna be really, really interesting when the money is not gonna be a problem. Then how people can decide where do you wanna live, how we wanna live, because that's gonna show a lot. Really, that's gonna show more who actually we are than just okay, we cannot go there because it's wait, look how many boats they have here. What the fuck? Like a really small, I mean, not exactly small lake, but still not that big. Um, they're gonna show like not gonna see those politicians like oh we have like my state it seem increase in population, look how great we're doing here. Well, yeah, because it's cheaper in most of the cases, and that's why. And that is like not exactly doing a great job. You just like you are cheaper than others that they're getting so expensive that they can push out. So yeah, but in the near future again, hopefully by 2050 we're not gonna see this nonsense anymore. So that's gonna be really interesting to see because at some point we're gonna see I don't want to go to Florida. I don't want to get eaten by a crocodile or by a snake, and they have to do something about that. The government there they have to hunt them down and just clear the land for those predatory animals. Otherwise they lose population. So they have to do something, to actually provide a really good environment for us, for them too. They're still humans to live. Yeah, but it's a lot of nonsense that we have today. Not that much freedom, as you can see. Car insurance is absolutely insanely high, and just owning a car and buy a car, which means pretty much freedom. It's almost impossible, which is absolutely insane that nobody talks about it, or at least nobody actually act in this direction. But again, they're using safety as a way to squeeze more money from you. The medical system by now should be already almost I would say free for everyone. I mean, like if you just go for I don't know, you have a broken leg or maybe an accident or anything like that, should be like here, like it's in Europe for free, just an accident. That should be free already. Because just how much it's gonna cost an X-ray, a cast, and some 5-10 minutes medical visits once a month or something like that. It should be very inexpensive, but because of the bureaucracy and greed, it's not the case, unfortunately. But again, you can see how easy it can become very, very inexpensive. That's going to be pretty much free. Hopefully, you're not going to break your leg. That's the first thing. But in case it happened, it should not be a problem, at least financially. Yeah, houses here pretty nice too. I like it. This nice one. This is an apartment building, but somehow um, it does look pretty decent. You have like a duplex here, probably like more than 4 here for sure. Like just 2 being better, but always more than that. Again, I don't like apartment buildings. I don't think it's the only thing you can live in one of those apartment buildings like that if you're like 16 and you want to live there for like 2 years until you're 18 and then you move to your own house. That's how it's supposed to be. Wow, a lot of cars here abandoned here. Ooh, wait, a lot of scrap metal. Can you imagine? You can recycle every single one of those and produce at least a 90% of the brand new car with all those parts here, which is insane. Look how many cheap new cars you can actually rebuild by recycling all of those. It's insane. And for some reason, we still don't do it. Again, we don't do it. Strange. And again, the price of the cars is just, and not just cars, car insurance. Also, the war on speed. It's absolutely insane. Again, other nonsense in my opinion. Insurance insane. Car taxes, road taxes, whatever they have, insane. And this is a direct attack on freedom, in my opinion. This is genuinely a direct attack on freedom. And for some reason, again, we seem to be okay with that, which is really sucks because if you keep saying that it's okay like that and trying to justify it, definitely the next generation, they're not gonna know what freedom it is. They will not know how driving a car it is. And in Europe, trust me, just you want to have your license, it's absolutely insane. It's extremely expensive. It's a lot of rules, a lot of regulation, a lot of tests that you have to do is like absolutely insane. They genuinely don't want you to have a car here, which again means freedom, and by that just they make independent on the government with their public weird transportation that doesn't work, and the really expensive cars and insurance that just goes up for no reason whatsoever. Trust me, there is no reason, and I'm eating their bullshit. They definitely can find other ways to make it much cheaper than it used to be. It used to be pretty cheap. Now it should be much cheaper than that, but unfortunately, it's more expensive for whatever reason. Again, that they try to sell you. It's nonsense, in my opinion. But again, if you don't do something about it, they're not gonna lowering the price. For them, it's like, give me your money. They're gonna squeeze it for much they can. Really nice houses here, a bit close to each other, but pretty good. Those lines here, no, not a big fan of those. Fortunately, it doesn't look that great. Nice green land, as you can see. Oh, look at this vegetation here. Really nice. Really nice. Really nice. I mean, overall, it's pretty good. Indiana is one of those nice, quiet places again. Didn't change my opinion about it. I wish it could be much cheaper to live here. Genuinely wish it to be much cheaper. It's absolutely insane. But again, we got a huge improvement in technologies, and also the everything that we have. Usually, at least, is much better. But still, that is no reason that why the it should be so expensive. Again, by 2050, we should see exactly the opposite, and everything should get cheaper and cheaper with every year. Like houses, taxes should be pretty much insignificant. Cars extremely cheap. Again, universal income should already be mandatory in the entire Western world. The car insurance, road time, all of that should be pretty much some point extremely cheap or non-existent. I mean, there is no way we can continue on this path and say everything is fine, it's normal, because clearly you can see most of the people just go, most of the money just go to the few people, and they don't provide that much in return anyway. So then you cannot tell me that the car insurance cannot find a better system to make the insuring the cars extremely cheap. It'd be like $100 a year for not for just one car, for the one driver. You can have like 10 cards if you want to. You're not gonna drive 10 cards in the same time. It can be just one time in one place. So you pay $100 a year, and for that $100 you pay, you might say, I just want a maximum refund of $10,000. If you want $1,000,000 refund for whatever cars you own, you pay 1% of that. You pay like $10,000, let's say, from the insurance. There's definitely ways to make the insurance cheaper for everyone. It's just they don't want it. It's clearly that they are not in their interest to make it cheaper. It's absolutely insane, absolutely insane. Especially the cars, they got so safer right now, and they just like pretty much break before an accident or anything like that. There's definitely ways to make it cheaper. Maybe you choose to repair your car yourself, so you don't have to go to a service. So you can again make it cheaper. There is ways and a lot of ways to make cars cheaper for sure, but it's not in their interest because people don't ask for it. You can blame everyone you want for an insurance company, but if you don't ask for cheaper things, they're not gonna give it to you. If you don't vote for people that are genuinely, you need to vote for cheap people. Pretty much, they are the ones they don't want to pay for those nonsense, and they usually do as much as they can to lower the cost. Vote for those one, not those that they promise. Look at what they have. Look at how they live. Then you realize it. You have someone, you vote for someone that is like a millionaire. He has no idea how much you make in a year, how much is your insurance, how much is your house, and all that. He doesn't care. The guy doesn't know how much he paid for the electricity bill for sure. These roads in better days. So there is no way that guy you will ever understand your struggle, ever, ever. So yeah, sometimes I get it. You are in a position you have to choose between two candidates, and none of them is good, and you just have to choose the least bad one. I get that too, but we need to do more to make sure we don't end up in that situation. That is really important, at least on the local level, on the federal level, on the government, in president level, whatever. Yeah, it's a bit harder there, but on the local level, you should stay close to whatever you choose to vote there and just keep pressure on them. It's like send them emails every week with what you want to see, what you want to go for. I mean, like it genuinely matters if you do those things and you ask for it. For that's the first tip. Ask for a better life. Ask for a lower insurance. Ask for no. Tell them why the fuck I have to pay a tax because I own the house. That's insane. I already pay when I bought it. I already pay every time I buy, let's say, a new window. You pay tax on that window. You pay tax on that paint that you want to be paint your house or furniture or whatever. You already pay pretty much, and every year pretty much you do something in your house, even like some minimum things or your yard. So you already pay for that. The car's the same. It's absolutely insane those prices, and they have to. In some states they have to check the car to see if it's like road legal or something. That's insane. To every year, every 2 years. That's absolutely bullshit. It's just a way to squeeze money from you. Insurance again. They have to find better ways. If you have someone that doesn't know how to fix a car and you have like a really expensive car, and it's like he bought like $50,000 of the car, and he wants the entire value to be covered, then yeah, you pay like $500 at least for a car. And if you want to, again, you don't have to fix it, you have to pay someone to fix your car if you get damage or anything like that. Maybe you add another $1,000 for that for the insurance because you have like much higher cost if something goes wrong with your car. But for some people, that's just one lower insurance. They fix their own car, they buy their own parts. They don't want to insure the entire value because it's or they genuinely have cheaper cars. It should be a way out for sure, 100%. I don't believe this bullshit that we should have all pay the same. And the same, it should be an insurance on the person. I mean, like if I have 10 cars and 10 motorcycles, I just want to pay one insurance. I'm gonna just be, the insurance should be on the driver, not on the car. If I want to have like, again, I want to have like $100,000 in value insured in a year, for example, yeah, I pay 1% of that, a minimum amount. And then if I want to, for example, like only genuine parts or anything like that, you add something on top of that. If I want a car or bike to be fixed in a shop, you add something on top of that. But you have a base that everybody is insured with extremely low cost. That should be the case. And yes, if you have an accident and it's your fault, it makes sense next time to pay double. It does make sense, you know. But you can't charge anyone an insane amount of money from the beginning and just make it absolutely impossible to own a car or a motorcycle. And again, with licenses, the same. It should be like an absolutely right to have one of those. It should be easy to have. No, not that many exams or anything like we have in Europe. Oh, that's a nice beetle. You just go, you show up to a test, you show that you can drive, and that's it. It should not last more than 10 minutes. Unfortunately, we make it harder and harder for everyone to get your license, and you can see even like the young population doesn't take their license that much, and that's freedom, by the way. Cars and motorcycles means freedom. They will never gonna have that, and this is how the war starts. Also, when you feel like nothing matters anymore and you have nothing to lose and things don't go in a good direction, you can go to war pretty easy. It's pretty easy, and it's sad because we can fix a lot of those things very, very easy. I do mean extremely easy when we still don't do it. Again, we just keep providing those insane amount of money for a few people that already have enough, more than enough. It's just like they don't even spend the money anymore. That's how much money they have. They don't even spend it because there's not much you can buy for that much money they have, and we still give them more. Insane, absolutely insane. But it is what it is, I guess. We have to change something. We have to start with small steps, and by 2050 we should fix it. But I don't know. We will see. So yeah, back to our Iowa here. I kinda like it. I have to say, I like Iowa. Not that many people, which is my on my taste. In the first place, like 3.2 million, and still going down, which is pretty good. Yeah, Iowa with less than 1 million people is gonna look way better for sure, and everyone is gonna look uh, much more rich, let's say, much more living in much better area, much better food, much cheaper things, and much better life overall. Um, yeah, and seems to have like a decrease in population, which is good for them, in my opinion. It's like a generally signal that uh, people kind of wake up and realize that again what's happened. Ooh, that's really fucked up cars. They realize that what happened in the last two. Maybe they don't know how many population was in 200 years, but 100 years ago. But they kind of realized that that's way too many. It's just insane amount of people so fast, and everything gets so expensive. Now they probably realize that because of the migration, they have a huge wave of migrations because the elites wants to keep your wages even lower. They realize that your native population, you, the white especially, they go down in population, and because they have like less people, and the AI automation is not exactly right now ready. It's not here. So they want to still make a lot of profits by paying very low salaries. They appeal for migration for migrants. It's a really nice car, and that is gonna hurt pretty much you and your family, and they don't want to recognize that. But it's gonna be interesting to see what's happened with those migrants once the AI is gonna arrive here and they're gonna go 180, and now they want to decrease the population. As I think they even the Bill Gates said that in some point. So that's gonna be interesting because obviously they're gonna start hopefully with the migrants and not with the native population. Depends which one you're voting for. That's another thing. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. What's gonna happen with the migrants? That they already came here as they living in a bad houses, they're doing the worst jobs, and they getting paid less. Interesting. Interesting what's gonna happen to them. Most likely they're gonna get pushed back home where they came from. And also they're gonna be also like less and less migrants every year because even condition in their country improve a lot. So it's not that much need, let's say, to live. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's happened with those that remains that's still here. All the farming land they have, you can see from the goddamn satellites, pretty much almost entire north of the state. And the food is still expensive. Yeah, what you can do. That was Iowa. I really like it. Genuinely nice state, nice quiet place. How well it's gonna do with the young population? Probably not so much. But again, we're waiting for 2050 to have more data. Let's call it like that and see how things are going. Yeah, overall, pretty nice.